Sorry.
Raphael.
I mean, honestly.
We can do this.
Come on, Raphael. Keep it down.
Hey, let's see what I do. We're back here with Verdant Wind Assassins. Fire Emblem 3 Houses is what it's actually called. Our Verdant Wind Assassins run. Woohoo! We have a lengthy monastery day ahead of us, so there's no time to waste. We've got chattings to do, and what I should definitely do is head to the Abyss first. It's just called Abyss, not the Abyss. Hey, Shamir. Because I will forget otherwise because it doesn't show up on the map normally. Let's go to Abyss now, see what everyone is doing down here, if there are new quests to undertake. We'll see. What I really should see is about dropping off some of those expensive fish at the pagan altar, seeing how much renown we can get for them. And another thought is that I have thus far not changed the battle music during any auxiliary battles, so we should definitely do that next time we're in one. Actually, can I change it from here so I don't have to remember? Ah, you can only do it when you're in one. Collect several valuable secrets. Yes, I will do that, game. Don't rush me. You've got lots to report. Who are you? Oh, there you go. Well, you two are standing really close together for this discussion. Oh dear. Request of Sedith.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. I'm what you might call the Chosen One, the Alpha of Abyss, the Reaper and the Keeper. That said, I've had some unnecessary backup recently.
Unnecessary, I remind. Why do you feel the need to introduce yourself every time?
Lord Seteth requested my presence. There's an important ceremony happening this month. If only my backup had been a lovely lady with a thing for watchmen, we could have had a love story for the ages.
You and Gatekeeper are in the exact same headspace at the moment. Interesting, so what are they down here? I guess just to make sure that none of the Abyssians are causing any trouble during that. Youch. Hello, Rogue!
Ugh, more church thugs. Can't anybody relax and have a drink around here?
No, you must always be watched by the church.
Listen up. How about a game? You like cards?
Oh, you think I'm the church thug? I'm not very good at cards, but sure, it sounds like fun. Ooh, can I feed the animules down here too? Hello, Almiran Longhair. Oh, even the Almiran cats have to go down here. That's just sad, man. I have some wild game. I found it on a barrel up there. It looks happy. And some white fruit. It still looks happy. And some Caledonian Gar. There's something in its mouth. Mithril! Oh boy. If we ever do a magic only run like I was supposing we might last episode, we're definitely going to want to use the DLC because being able to get all kinds of extra minerals by throwing fish at the animals is going to be very helpful for repairing magic weapons. I presume they can give all kinds of minerals, including the magic ones. What's it called? Arcane... Oh, we have some. We found it in a well. Arcane crystals. We have 8? Is that what that said? How the hell did we get those? I think we might have done them from a quest or something. Hey, Constance.
First the uprising and now all this talk of an assassination? What is the world coming to?
I can't speak for the world, but Foland's coming to nightmares and awfulness.
I should offer my magical services, just in case.
No one asked for that. What kind of services?
I've devised a spell to trick flowers into behaving like guard dogs.
That's so sad that half the time it's just like not the aggressively hostile one that raises their bond. They're just so happy that someone isn't shouting at them. But also I think it might be inadvisable to go up there and offer that because they might think you're suspicious considering they're so on edge at this point.
At the first sign of an intruder, the petals burst open, releasing their pollen. I'm still fine-tuning it.
It sounds incredible, actually, that you can give a flower any kind of agency or self-sentience. Impressive all around. Hey, Balthus.
I hear some thieves are targeting the monastery. I've been feeling restless lately, so if you want some help unleashing on those jerks, just say the word.
I will bear it in mind, my friend. I'd appreciate that.
Oh, this could be fun. Now I've just got to figure out where they'll be coming from. My fists are itching for a
That's what we're trying to do.
Hopefully, I get first crack at those poor fools.
It would be nice to level you up, and all the wolves. As I've been informed that there may be some things I want them leveled up for, but, we shall have to see. Oh my god, I didn't even give half to the ambrosia yet. Let me do that before I mess it up. Might I say that your abs are looking particularly angular today, Happy? You could cut someone with them. What's the defense up right now, 7 or something? 7! But that's including our Tata's pike. So 6, really, at base.
Well,
Hello?
this god statue speaks to me in a strange voice. It is a strong voice, but frightening. I wonder what is on the inside of it.
It's just Hubert with a megaphone. Inside like a giant plaster cast of a statue.
You will sacrifice all your mortal possessions to Lady Edelgard. I mean, to the pagan altar.
Sorry, don't let me interrupt your prayers, kiddo and less kiddo. I'm just dropping off some fish, you know how it is. Oh, okay, platinum only 30 for a platinum fish. I think probably the money is more worth that, right? Because 4 Albinian herring will give you as much as golden fish. Now, as far as money is concerned, 4 Albinian herring would get you 40, where a golden fish would give you 500. So these are definitely more for selling for gold, so let's do that. And perhaps they have some use in offering to the animals, but good that we cleared that up. I was really expecting them to have a lot of renown to give you. Should we give offer? We have like a whole bunch of cabbage we don't really need, just... Oh, we don't really need the renown at the moment, I guess, either. Although, do we? Devil Sword! Rapier! Whoa, hey, hang on. I think not all of this was here. Okay, so I think the difference between stock 3 and stock limited 3 means that this will recharge in a month and this won't, probably, would be my guess. Super cool. It might, like I said before, it might not be worth spending on these yet, because since we're going to be getting a bunch of this stuff in the store, and we're also going to be getting the smith soon enough, and the statues, which we're going to want to spend renown on. So I suppose I'll leave that at that, but always good to take stock of what's there. And since we're in a new month, that was quite the laugh. There'll be more stuff at the scrap heap, will there not? And correct me if I'm wrong, but my professor level affects that? Or no, the level of the influencer is that also affects the stuff we have in the scrap heap. You'd like to have a word? Well, I'd love to have words with you, Happy.
Not to be disrespectful, but the rite of rebirth seems kind of silly. What, the goddess is reborn every year? Although, hey, if you do run into her, let me know. I'd like to have a word. I bet she'll be pretty upset to learn what the church has been doing in her name.
I reckon she is. She already expressed major distaste about taking, quote, taking children into battle, unquote. That's a direct, you can quote me on that. God said that. This is not yours. Hello, Yuri.
I've got my ideas about the people after Lady Rhea. But even I don't know how this will shake out. I don't seem very devout, do I? Even so, I'd hate to see anything happen to the Archbishop. That secret message is suspicious. To take it at face value seems unwise.
You and Claude are once again on the wavelength. Very good then. These two just never stop, do they? What is going on here? If we don't see by like the 20th chapter that they've evolved and now they're like doing an arm wrestle, like that needs to become like a running thing that eventually changes and they're doing something, or like they get married by the end or something. Hello, dog. Edmundian. There's someone just kind of chilling. Why are you guys hanging around the garbage dump? Anyway, I'll be grabbing these, thanks. Ooh, a training axe. Lovely. I believe it's cheaper to fix up a weapon than to buy one new, so... all these busted weapons could save us some money in the long run. And just to be clear, I'm pretty sure this, I'm not allowed to use the influencer anymore. We've influenced as far as it goes, but didn't hurt to check.
See you again soon.
See ya. Is there anything in the Forbidden Library? No, not much. That is a shame. What is that one doing, just sort of standing over here by the entrance to the monastery? That's a little weird. Anyway, looks like a war master. Off to the rest of the monastery with us! We've got people to talk to, and by gum, we're the one to talk to them with at about to. Boing, boing, boing. No motion controls. I can't make him run left or right.
How's that?
Shamir!
You spend too much time roaming the monastery.
I'll be the judge of that.
If you're looking for something, try less aimless wandering.
I am going very methodically. Well, I'm not looking for anything.
Sure. It's none of my business anyway. I'm just here to take care of enemies who get too close.
Man, that sure was delivered to perfection. Sure. Sure, well, yeah, whatever you say. Dumbass. Right, I mean, Shamir, look at the map, okay? I'm very obviously methodically going from south to north. I could do without the sass, please. Oh, yes, in the quest, only the bullet is available this month, which is for the tournaments. Beginner sword tournaments today. Excellent. Thunderbrand replica. That'll be Caspar's. Badge of graduation. That'll be Catherine's, I guess. Interesting that we find them so close together. The boar.
To's rebellion may have been quelled, but the unrest in Fargus isn't dying down anytime soon. The boar prince should hurry up and claim the throne, rather than letting old customs hold him back.
I take your point, but at the same time, with all the unrest, would him uprooting the traditions not cause more unrest? Ah, well, it's a pros and cons thing anyway.
Skilled. Why won't you battle me?
Because every time you suggest it, I sense murder in your eyes. We can train together if you really want, except I'm very busy and don't have time, actually, now that I think about it. Or I don't have the mental capacity at this point in the story. Fighting tournaments have not been unlocked yet. I'm not even sure if we should. It depends on what the reward is, I guess, to whether or not we're going to do that. It's online liaison, as I've never played really the online stuff. I've never done it, but as I understand, you can send students to other people's monasteries with, like, and they can go on mission assistance with you, and you can send them with resources and stuff. I think something like that.
I bet the enemy is using this assassination nonsense just to sneak in and raid the pantry. What do you think, Professor?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Then dinner's on you if it turns out I was right.
That's fine. I'm spending most of my personal funds on food and stuff anyway. Dorothea!
Is it true you got caught in the fighting? I'm so thankful you made it out alive. I don't know what we would do if we lost you.
Probably have an easier time studying. Thank you very much for your concern. I'm more concerned about the civilians we straight up axed, though. Edelgard!
Oh, have you been tasked with guarding the monastery as well?
Mm-hmm.
Such a stir over a single letter. But I suppose the Archbishop's safety is too important to risk.
Indeed. We would all be so very sad. Oh, Ferdinand was standing at this blackboard earlier, wasn't he? And it's a bag of tea leaves. Yes, all our problems would be worsened if the Archbishop were to die. Definitely, for sure, probably. Hey, to do.
The monks declined my offer of assistance. They said that no one from Dusker is to be trusted, especially now. Given the circumstances, I cannot fault them.
I mean, I guess I see what your point is, because this does pertain to the tragedy of Dusker, but, it's still uncool. I think we can agree. Claude knows what's up.
To figure out our foe's intentions, we need information. Lots of it. Or any, at the least.
Well, I've got any.
For now, try going around the monastery and looking for suspicious locations.
I'm highly suspicious of Lawrence's bedroom. I bet unspeakable horrors go on in there.
We should also try chatting folks up to see if they know anything. Once we've got things narrowed down, let's meet up and compare notes.
Roger that, will do, Skipper.
Can I ask you a favor?
If I'm gonna figure out what the enemy's after, I'll need more to go on. Keep an ear to the ground around the monastery for me. See what you can dig up. Will do! Got some notes already. They're in gifts, right? Oh, only 2 notes. Wow, that's a shame. Nevertheless, this is Marianne's.
We still don't have enough to go on, Teach. Let's try looking around a little more.
Will do.
It seems there were forces opposing the church, beyond Lord Lonato. I never thought such forces could exist in this world.
Well, I got bad news for you. Some of them live under the church. It makes sense that the church has enemies.
I don't understand. What would they have against the church?
I have not the heart to tell you. Take your confessional letter.
Yes, this is mine. Thank you for returning it.
Uncomfortably relevant. You got it, pal.
I don't know who's to blame for all this commotion, but it's frankly a huge inconvenience.
Absolutely. Once we find these ruffians, we should give them a good shaking down and remind them that our studies take precedent.
Everyone's stuck on guard duty.
Over
Our study and
countrywide
training time has been drastically reduced.
calamity. I agree, it's very inconvenient.
Indeed. For now, let's do all we can to find and dispose of our enemy.
Yes, ma'am. I don't believe any of this stuff is yours. We got one for Caspar, one for Catherine, one for Ferdinand. Another owl feather. Splendid. We should really get Petra and party as on board as soon as possible. I was saying before that we might want Alois, but I'm thinking it's already 10 we've got with our current party. And then Petra and Catherine is 12, and I think 12's already pushing it a little because there are a number of story missions for which you only get like 11, I think. Oh, Petra, speaking of.
Fighting to stop a murdering is my specialness. No, my specialty. I will show my best work.
Excellent. I have complete confidence in you, but just throwing it out there, how would you feel about having a feather?
This is giving me great joy.
Good to know. Is that bumper support? No. How would... What could be better than one feather? It'd be 2 feathers.
Great joy.
There you go. Damn it. If not feathers, then what? We probably should invite her to tea or something. Like I was saying before, though, waiting longer does let them level up a whole bunch, which is good. Yeah, I think she already goes on the assassin line, right? She ends up as an assassin, so I don't have to worry about them classing her into something that's unhelpful for me or anything like that. Hello, Mercedes.
Professor Yuritsa seems very familiar to me, but I don't recognize his name. I guess the resemblance could be coincidental.
Never, ever put stock into coincidence in this world, Mercedes. There's so much weird stuff going on in this monastery. Thank you for that bow earlier, by the way. Would you like some investigation notes and/or a tactics primer? Caspar von Berglies? How fair it thee?
I was just reading this letter from my father.
And you thought that I needed to know. Excellent.
Do you know him? He's a pretty big deal in the Empire.
I don't hang around the Empire too much.
He only writes to ask how my training's going, or how many monsters I've killed. Stuff like that.
The answer's 0, right? None of us have killed monsters yet, I hope. A quest you say.
Hey, I got a favor to ask.
Do you know about the fighting tournaments here at the monastery? I hear anyone can get involved. Oh, I know. You and I should sign up, Professor. Well, if I get some chicken out of it, I guess I can't say no, can I? But also, is this yours?
Yeah, that's definitely mine. You really saved me with this. I owe you one, Professor.
It's cool to know that he's like a fan of Catherine's.
Right.
No problem, Caspar. Hey, it is cool. Ooh, and this is for Lawrence, who was hanging around here earlier. Monastery's treasure hold. There's stuff in there, but probably nothing's gonna steal it. Cool. Ah, damn. The graveyard's under heavy lock and key. At least we know that the thieves won't be getting anything out of the graveyard. The graveyard with its, like, 6 graves. We obviously don't have any of the merchants unlocked yet, so there's a lot of presents and produce and stuff that we cannot as yet purchase.
No classes on a festival day. I thought I'd get to spend all day relaxing in the company of some lovely ladies. But now this mess has happened.
You should go hang out with the Biskeeper and Gatekeeper.
Hey, Professor, I know there's talk of an assassination attempt. But do you really think they'll do it on the day of the Rite of Rebirth? I feel like security would be looser some other time.
I don't know.
Is there some reason why it has to happen on that day?
That's what we're investigating, my guy. If you wanted to pull your notes with Claude, be my guest. Hey, Hilda.
Hello. I'm in charge of managing all records for the Golden Deer House. Oh, but I don't have any information of note right
What do you mean you're in charge of managing all records for the Golden Deer House? What kind of records? Why is this the first time hearing of this?
Go ahead and continue your investigation and put a little extra effort into it, please.
Excuse you. Do you have any idea how many people I've talked to today, Hilda? Look at all these dots on the map. It's already been covered that talking to people is not my forte. Can we loosen it up with the bullying a little bit, please? On poor Professor. I fear Lady Rhea's life is in danger. Yes, that's the idea behind the assassination threat. Best pest practices. A list of different pests that target plants during cultivation, complete with methods of eradication for each. You wouldn't want to be a bug in this greenhouse, that's for sure. Golly. Well, that should help us with some greenhouse stuff soon enough. But that's why we've only been able to plant 2. Because all the bugs have been eating the other ones we've been trying to plant. Dimitri Alexander Blathid. How goes it?
All this talk of assassination plots brings back dark memories I prefer to keep buried. I doubt there is any correlation, and yet... it is nothing. I am sorry for allowing my mind to wander. My focus should be solely on guarding the monastery right now.
I mean, are they not both related to the tragedy of Dusker? The present assassination plot found on Lord Leonardo, who's angry because his son was killed as a conspirator for the tragedy of Dusker, and your assassination plot that you're remembering, which was tragedy of Dusker-ish, adjacent. Damas!
I hear you have fought alongside Catherine. I would wager that her power exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, she didn't even break her sword this time. I was thoroughly impressed.
Had you the chance to witness her relic? Thunderbrand, glowing red.
It's a bit more orange. Clearly you haven't seen it.
That glow is a sure sign that her blood contains a crest that harmonizes with that hero's relic.
Fun chat, fun chat. Thieves intel. Oh wow, just lying under this ladder. Warning for anyone heading to Conan Tower. It seems some thieves have made that tower their hideout. Well, Sedith, it would appear I have some slightly more solid evidence now. Sorry about wasting your time earlier. Here you go.
Done. You have my thanks.
Conan Tower. Yes, I suppose that would make a sensible base for a group of thieves. I will use this information to investigate the matter further. You have my thanks. No problem, Balio. Ancient coin and a concoction. Yippee! It's my lucky day. Right, well, I don't want this quest to go untaken, so we probably should, do the sword tournament. Who would be best sortied into it? Probably a whole bunch of us could handle this. Well, I'm thinking Leonie, Claude, or Raphael. Leonie has a slightly better sword than the both of them, and so she'll have the little bonus from it. We get a Steel Sword Plus and 300 gold. Do we get Renown from this? I don't think so. So it's just the gold and the sword. That's not actually the... Oh, but we also get the rewards from Caspar's quest. But then again, we'll get those whenever we do it in the future, I suppose. So we don't have to do this one. It'll bug me if I don't, but we don't have to do this one before we leave. And I think I'm gonna know. I think we better spend our points on other stuff. There are plenty of supports that we need to get moving here on. Maybe other tournaments we'll want to do later. Hubert!
Can you imagine the Archbishop being murdered? I prefer not to consider such a gruesome scenario.
I remember this one. He gets all high and mighty if you say, yeah, it would be scary if someone was assassinated. But I'm going to say it anyway, just to spite him. Frightening thought.
That easy to get under your skin, is it?
So goodbye and all. Sorry to make you lift that up for me every time. Squire!
The goddess's home is in the sky. She lives on a bright and shining star. But in the spring, you can't see that star. That means she can't protect Fordland.
What, so everyone were just screwed in the spring? That's pretty bleak.
That's why we all celebrate the day when her star returns to the sky. That's the day of the rite of rebirth. See? See? I've been studying. I know just about everything.
About this one topic. But to be fair, you do seem to know basically everything about it.
That reminds me.
Does it now?
I seem to think that all the knights of Seros are equal, but that isn't quite so. There are many distinguishing ranks within the order. For example, there are squires who are training to become knights, as well as full knights, like myself. Oh, and then we have the holy knights, such as Catherine. Those are the knights that wield a hero's relic.
So there are squires. You mean to say that kid over there is one of the Knights of Seros? I know it's Fire Emblem, but that kid looks pretty young, man.
About 20 or so years ago, there was a big fire in Garreg Mach.
What a coincidence. I didn't have anything to do with it.
On that day, Captain Gerald went missing. Everyone thought he was dead. It never occurred to me that he might actually have survived. The truly strange part is that in all those years, he hasn't changed a bit.
Very strange. Incredibly strange. He is the picturesque epitome of consistency, that man. Who can say why? Not me. I don't know. I didn't even know he was part of the Knights of Seros, so don't ask me questions. There are 2 notes! Happy day. Whenever I go for a walk, I get this strange feeling that someone is watching me. Who could it be? The gods watching from on high, your overprotective big brother, a boy that has a crush on you. Oh, I mean, this is probably the truth, but I don't know which one she wants to hear. Your overprotective big brother. Ah! I mean, it's probably true. I figured she wouldn't want me to lie. When I was in the greenhouse earlier, a female student fled from me as if in terror. Why did you do that? I was only tending the flowers. Try making small talk when you see her next. Perhaps you unintentionally scowled at her. Go find her and ask. Oh, I don't know about that. Try making small talk when you see her next. And you know he doesn't like doing that, but... Oh man, he probably wanted to hear go find her and ask. Sorry about it, Dudu. I did not feel comfortable telling you to go find her and ask. Iggy!
The monastery's so big. How can we narrow down the list of possible targets?
Run around and talk to absolutely everybody.
The only places I can think of are the vault and the library and... That's it.
Good places to start anyway. Well, we already ran into Verdant in the stable, didn't we? So let's go give him those tea leaves. Here you are.
Oh, I was looking for this. Thank you so much.
You're alright, pal. I hope they haven't, withered away in the time it took me to find them. Likewise, Lawrence. I hope this artificial flower hasn't withered.
Fine. Thank you for bringing this
I only get 50 for bringing an item back, right? I thought it was 100. Sure. Whatever you say. Ooh, I've got sports now. With Lawrence, in fact. That just happened. This can only go well. He's probably hanging around the cathedral, actually, since I just fast traveled there. Nope, he is hanging down the dining hall. Well, I'll speak to him there in a minute. It's a noble's duty to make pilgrimages. Is it really? I thought they'd be all uncomfortable with traveling any major distance.
I can't stop thinking. Nato, I'm sorry, Professor. I know this isn't the time, but I just can't get past it.
This absolutely is the time. When would there be another time? There's nothing to be done.
No. Thank you. No matter what happens, I promise you I'll do my part.
I believe you, but even if you didn't want to do your part, that's okay too, my guy. By the way, who's looking after your brother and sister? Never mind, anyway. Would you like this coin?
Wow, I can have this?
You absolutely can, my friend. Yes, did much better than giving him a government studies book. Which I did more for the memes than anything, which is really just going to be a lame excuse when I start dying because I haven't been using my supports correctly. Wow, you can make the finish exploring thing go away if you just hit the D-pad. Look at that.
Professor, I am afraid I have acted a bit childishly toward my brother recently.
Recently?
Given the circumstances, I requested that he provide me with some candies.
What circumstances are they?
Silly of me, really. The timing was improper, and I regret it very much now. Oh, but more importantly, this place is off limits, Professor.
Why are you here?
It's only open to the public on the day of the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Oh, so you're not the public, are you? You're above all that. I see how it is. Fine. Be that way.
Here's an idea.
Hey, is this place off limits, or am I allowed in? Ooh. Aha, that'll be
On
Eloise's.
the day of the rite,
Yes, it will. Good shout. Investigation note acquired. Eloise, the Goddess Tower. Absolutely. Investigation note gathered. Take your damn joke book.
This is mine. I thought it had vanished. Thanks. I
Of
owe you.
course that wouldn't happen, Eloise. That's ridiculous. How could you even suppose such a silly thing? All right, Lawrence. What did you do this time?
Professor, I understand that you were looking to speak with me.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you would like some insight on how to write your next lecture?
Mm-mm.
While I do have a great many ideas, it would be inappropriate to...
Mm-mm.
Oh, am I mistaken? If that's the case, then what can I do for you?
Well, listen here, bucko. I'm gonna learn you something good. It's about the female students.
The ladies have complained? To you? About me? Preposterous. There must be some mistake.
I didn't actually say anyone had complained. The fact that you assumed that gives me greater pause.
I am the heir of the noble house Gloucester. It is bred in me to treat all people with respect.
I have spied on a number of your conversations with my friends and found that to be untrue.
Rest assured, you will not find anyone more upstanding than yours truly.
I can name 3 people right off the bat. Ferdinand, Catherine, Caspar. Okay, Catherine and Caspar, bad examples. But you gotta give me credit for naming Ferdinand off the bat.
Perhaps the issue is that the splendor of my noble presence is driving the ladies to distraction.
Now there's an interesting theory. Let's consider that. Okay, I've considered it. Let's move on.
If that is the crime, I do confess. I hope I've not troubled the ladies' hearts unduly.
It is your advances they seem to find troubling.
Outrageous! That's absurd! Who would dare to allege such slander?
The female students. Listen, please. A number of female students, actually.
Of all the... Well, I suppose I have offered several of them the honor of dining with me. It is impossible to tell if even the most well-bred young lady is a suitable companion for me, merely by the sight of her.
I mean, true, but well-bred. Ugh.
So, in order for us to get to know each other properly, it is appropriate that we dine together. Thus far, they have all declined, oddly enough. For some reason, they seem to be exercising some form of restraint when speaking with me.
Restraint. You could take a page from their book.
I would never insist, of course. But I will admit I have, on occasion, after a day's pause, issued repeat invitations, in the fashion and style of a gentleman.
1 day's pause. A day's pause. That is the problem.
What? Ridiculous! Dinner invitations from me a problem? The very...
Okay. Repeat invitations. After having been declined.
I am a perfect gentleman, the son of a nobleman. I've a wit like a rapier, and it takes but a glance to see that I'm gorgeous. No, I cannot believe such a thing. Are you sure this isn't the result of some sort of scheme?
Why would you use that word, Trying to pin the blame on Claude again, are we?
It cannot be otherwise. Someone has clearly devised a conspiracy against me.
Even if Claude has heightened the nature of these reports, you did just yourself tell me about these repeat invitations. There's no control setting that one.
Someone who envies my position, who seeks to soil my sterling reputation with foul rumors. How crude. Please, Professor, it is beneath you to fall victim to such petty and obscene tactics.
Hey, don't think you
I
know what's
implore you to
beneath
take
me.
Greater care in the future. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a great deal of work to do. Farewell.
Me too, Hoppy. Me too. I get you're supposed to be annoyed by him, but man, it's so grating. They did such an excellent job with making it just the least sufferable human in the monastery. Well, no. He's got some competition. Hello there, kitten cat. Another Almiran Longhair. What is some kind of food that we might... Did they take tomatoes? No, I guess cats are a little more carnivorous anyway. So we don't need this wild game. Nope, we don't need some more white trout. Hope we don't need any of these air mid-pike. Arcane crystals, splendid! They can give you them. Oh, most delightful. By the end of the game, you have so many fish and these kinds of things, so you will definitely be able to get a way more materials like that. Very, very soon.
Excuse me, Professor?
Howdy.
I just wanted to let you know that Rhea is always real concerned with you. She expects great things, I think.
Don't worry, she's not subtle about it.
Please don't let her down, okay?
I'll do my best. We'll see.
You know what? I'm watching you.
Good to know. In the library, Ignat said he might find something interesting here. Ooh, the beginner's guide to fishing. Oh, is there a whole bunch of professor level bumping stuff in here? Oh, I like the sound of that. An illustrated beginner's guide to the basics of fishing. It includes in-depth descriptions of the types of bait that are most appealing to different species of fish. It's an excellent resource for fishing novices. Marvelous! And it also is an excellent resource for people who want to teach people how to kill people. More activity points? More monthly funds? Sweet. No more extra battles yet. The complete gardening guide, an illustrated beginner's guide to the basics of greenhouse gardening. It includes detailed descriptions of standard procedures and common pitfalls. It's the perfect book for anyone with a budding passion for gardening. I'm curious if that level up has increased the number of things we can put in the greenhouse. Regardless, we're not going to level it up again before we leave, so may as well plant stuff now before I forget. Nope, still 2. That is fine. Root vegetable seeds. Prune. They have been pruned. Hello there, monk.
There are numerous books in this library that you cannot...
That's so interesting. Investigation note. I'll be taking that. Thanks. Writing it on sticky notes, which I'll crumple up into a ball and throw at Claude in a bit.
That boy who assists the Archbishop. Cyril, I believe?
That's the one.
I hear he's originally from a foreign land to the east called Elmira.
That's also accurate.
I know he's still only a child, but I do wonder about his true intentions.
Listen, if you're about to tell me that that little squirt is going to assassinate the Archbishop, you're off all of your rockers. Someone in our party is over on the east side here. Who in our party have we not talked to yet? Claude, Hilda, Marianne, Lysithia, Raphael, Ignatz, Lee, and Hilda. Who in our party?
Really?
Yeah, I know. Really. It's a mystery, isn't it? Hang on. Then we already spoke to Lawrence. What golden deer? What deer am I missing? Leone, I guess? I guess that would make sense, because Gerald likes to hang around here, doesn't he? Ah, yeah, there we go.
Seems like donations to the monastery aren't actually kept here. That means the enemy isn't likely to be interested in money. We should turn our attention elsewhere.
Well, good that we cleared that one up, because I thought it was an interesting theory you proposed.
I guess some of the plants in the greenhouse could sell for a lot, but that can't really be it.
I mean, I already gathered some investigation notes on the topic, but it seems unlikely. They're after my ambrosia. Good looking out, Leone. Thank you for your insight. Who is behind the assassination plot? Who indeed? Who indeed? Let me in! Yeah, Danny of the Cardinals is a closely guarded secret, they say. By which they mean they just close that door during the day. Gerald, you must be in your room. No, this is Hanneman. This is not Gerald's room. We already spoke to Gerald. He's in the dining hall asking us why we're running around. Hello, Hanneman. Crest stuff? Yes, well, only you can make use of it, so that's that. Now it's just a report to Claude. That's all the information we need. Excellent. Ooh. Wellness herbs. Once again, just taking stuff from someone's own room to give back to them. And then calling myself a hero.
You'd best keep your distance.
All right.
In this nervous state, I might just cut you
Sorry,
down.
I can't hear you. I'm backing up and keeping my distance. Please don't.
Oh, come on. I'm only kidding.
Well, you can forgive me if I just watched you kill like 16 people with one sword, and I totally believed you. Anyway, here's your badge and all. I can recruit her now? Sweet.
Oh, this is mine. Thanks. I'm glad to have it back.
No problem. Like I was saying before, there is sense to waiting, but I kind of want people on the party as soon as possible. This means we get Thunderbrand as well.
Professor,
if you're,
I'm on an important
if I can recruit you.
Rhea. Until that's done, I can't offer any help.
Right. I need a higher level for you, and more bond and stuff, so there's that. I don't think I've ever actually been turned down by Shamir or Catherine who want just level out of you. I think with no support, you need something like level 15 for them to recruit them, so there's that. Can you recruit Shamir this early as well? I didn't think so. Hey, Rhea, no one's come to kill you yet, don't worry.
Might you have come looking for me because you were worried about my safety?
I was worried the enemy could have other objectives. I mean, I was sort of worried.
I'm quite all right. But your concern means a great deal.
Oh, stop. Please, you're too much. Hello, there's a thing there, and that's where Ignatz was standing last time when he was talking about that this place is like a museum. Never mind. I doubt this is his. Like it belonged to someone with grace. A lovely gift for most anyone. Well, it's not a gift. It's a lost item. An elegant white hair clip. White hair clip. Who was hanging around here earlier? Perhaps it was Sedith's, and it's someone. And the gift for most anyone part is supposed to tell me that he might have been intending to give it to someone as a gift. Maybe Flame.
Thanks. That was a big help.
I think we've narrowed down some of the enemy's possible objectives. We won't know until we know, of course, but I have a feeling a fight will be involved. Let's make sure we're prepared for that. Yes, indeed. An owl feather. Thank you, Claude.
Something the church values above all else.
Corpses.
And on the day of the rite, it'll be open to the public, making it easier than ever to get inside. That's gotta be it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The dining hall. The Holy Mausoleum.
Bullseye. We don't know the enemy's intentions, not yet. But our best bet is that their target will be the Holy Mausoleum.
Roger that. Anyway, I gotta go cure Manuela's hangover. See ya. Where is she anyway? Oh, she was talking to us on the pier, wasn't she? That's not what we want. We want lost items. A doink.
Wherever did this turn up?
Your room. And Sethith. He's the only one I can think who was hanging around up there before. I thought Ignatz was, but that might have been a month prior. Where is Sethith is like hanging out? Yeah, he's right here. Just to the west of this part. This fast travel point. Hello! Could this be yours?
Sorry to say, I have no idea to whom this belongs.
Never mind. Maybe Rhea's then, I guess? A doink.
Yes, that
Oh, I
is
see.
surely mine. I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Honestly, I don't think you'd ever have found it, to be perfectly blunt with you. It was so damn far away. Well, anyway, that's that. Excellent, so we've got 2 points to spend. Did we? We already spent one on getting the defense bump, didn't we? I surely would have. Good. We should do some meals, though. What are everyone's motivations looking like? Where's the best way to check motivation? Goals, great. So since we're going to be doing... Okay, let's just look at the calendar here. We're going to have a teaching day, and then a battle day, and then another teaching day. And unfortunately, that's all we get this month, but that means we're going to want our motivation at max at that point. And we might even, it depends how I'm feeling, we might not spend another monastery day here on this free day. We might go 2 battles in a row next episode. Look at all the birthdays here happening in July. Caspar, Balthus, Claude, us. Either way, I think having a meal or 2 is not a bad idea now. Probably, maybe even more than raising people. We should probably do one thing for people from our house, and then one thing for, to get some support with people outside of our house. I was kindly told in the comments that arcane gauntlets, or aura gauntlets they are, need A in brawling, which I keep forgetting. Which is a shame, but we can surely get our magic people to that before the end of the game anyway, which is around the time you start getting the aura gauntlets anywho. And I think I was looking it up, and it's riding of C that you need before you get the dex bump, so if I'm keeping everyone on or Hilda and Raphael on the chores for riding, it's gonna be a little bit before they get that going. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea once we end up recruiting a whole bunch of people, just to put them on chores together so that we can build their supports without having to sortie them. Because there are a bunch of those that I want to see, especially the wolves. In fact, I could even put the wolves on those chores soon. But I think I want to get a bit of riding experience for our friends to get a few of them to dex buff. I mean, I guess by the time they get hit C, it's only a dex +4 anyway, so it might not be too useful. Because there's gonna be other skills we want. I mean, it might be time to ditch that line of thinking actually. Now, alert stance is a different story. That'll be very helpful for roguish assassin-y types. I should probably put some people on flying soon enough. But all the wolves have supports with each other, right? I think so, yeah. So we should definitely put them on chores at some point so they get supports with one another. Anyway, headship challenge. Mysterious specialty has been prepared just for us. Look, we'll decide whether it's delicious or disastrous, and we can invite whomever we want. For this bit, I think we better bring people from our party. So who am I really worried about for motivation and learning of things? For people who are lower level, I guess makes sense. So let's bring Happy and... Oh, but we could get some higher supports if we bring 2 people who have supports with one another, like Raphael and Ignatz. I'm gonna do Raphael and Ignatz. Sorry, Happy.
There's more food than I can eat. Professor, Raphael, you're welcome to have some of mine.
Does that mean you didn't like it?
Don't listen to him, Professor. Ignatz gets all dizzy if he doesn't eat enough.
Or is this just the generic one if you bring these 2? Well, that's good anyway. I know they liked it a fair bit. Well, very good about that. Sweet. And now let's make a full menu go with the full menu for let's see, people from other houses. I think we like I was saying, ooh, I've got one with support with Ignatz now. That's good. But I was saying I wanted to build my bond with Petra and probably Catherine as well. I guess we could try and find one that they both like. They don't have supports with each other though, right? So it makes more sense if I bring Petra with someone who she does have supports with. I think she has supports with Claude actually. And I haven't ever seen them. She has support with some church people as well. Interesting. Let's see if there's one that she and Claude both like. Claude likes beast meat teppanyaki. Does Petra? She absolutely does. That's the one then. Let's do it. Oh, this looks a lot like what we just had.
That smell, it's amazing. My fave, in fact. Do you like it too?
I'm starting to. It's given us excellent progress. All things considered. That's got to get us up to a support with Petra, hasn't it? Yes, I figured so. Right, let's do those 2 supports. And then we'll see about, I'll just hit recruit on everyone and see if anyone works with. If we're gonna get it with anyone, probably it'll be Felix, because we were at default we were already at he's rather interested in your house. We've grown a bit in swords since then. Iggy, let's go have a chat.
Okay, I've decided on the composition.
Composition.
That's right. The composition for my next paint. Wait, Professor?
It's me.
How long have you been standing there? You haven't been watching me, have you?
I wouldn't put it like that.
No, I misspoke. Did I say painting? I meant to say,
You paint?
well, I've thought for a while that it might be nice to paint the scenery here.
That's not really an answer, is it?
Contours of that tree, set against the stark shapes of the faraway peaks.
Mm-hmm. In all their anti-aliased glory.
Of course, I only paint after I've finished my chores. I'd never put my art before my responsibilities.
'Twas never in question.
My studies are paramount. I shall always uphold my duties as a student of the Officers' Academy.
All right. You can relax. It's just me. Rhea's not around.
Whereas art is a hobby of mine, you might say. Everyone has hobbies, right? I'm sure you have one.
Yeah, but you sounded sad when you called it a hobby. I'm happy when I talk about my hobbies. I like following people around at the monastery and throwing fish at the local cats and dogs. Those are my hobbies. No, none.
Oh, well, perhaps it's different for you, Professor. But it's perfectly normal for people to have hobbies.
Again, didn't suggest it wasn't.
Reading, for instance, or fishing, or taking midday naps. For me, it's making art. Hobbies are healthy. They're a good way of relieving stress.
I feel like you're really misinterpreting what I came here to do.
You might consider taking up a hobby, Professor. Anything to clear your mind.
All right, look, I'm working on it, okay? I'm still working on the whole people
Think
thing.
about it. It's much easier to focus if you're feeling refreshed. There isn't a rule against hobbies, is there?
No.
If you tell me to stop, I'll stop. I shall never again put brush to canvas.
Again, you're fine. That's not what I'm saying.
Really? It's okay for me to paint?
Please. As you said, it relieves stress or whatever.
Well,
I wasn't listening.
Sure. But really, it's nothing more than a little diversion. A frivolous pastime. I think I ought to go back to my quarters now. If it's all the same to you.
I don't control where you walk. This was a very weird interaction, but there's that anyway. Petra, Miss McNeary. I probably shouldn't call you that since you're like next in line for the throne and all. Hi, sorry Petra, I can't talk right now. I'm going to talk to Petra.
Professor.
Yes. Oh, you'd like to speak to me? Well, then I guess I can make some time before I go speak to Petra.
Professor, I am not understanding where the meaning is here.
Jesus, neither am I. Did someone drop this book in water? That doesn't look right at all.
When and how is this expression used? I fell for it.
I can help you with that one. That means you think that the price of the restaurant is much too high. I fell in love?
No, that is what you say when you meet the mate of your soul. The expression is, I fell for it.
Clearly you're an old hand at this and better than me. Why do people keep asking me questions about stuff that I don't know anything about? Just because I'm a professor doesn't mean I know about everything. Allow me to explain. It means you've been bamboozled thoroughly. Japed, if you will.
Thank you, Professor. I finally have understanding.
No problem.
Can I ask you about another word? The one that is written here.
I can't spell that even.
Is something on my face?
You're so enthusiastic. I admire you. Your cheeks are on your face. I admire you.
Is that really what you are thinking? Or have curiosity about the mark on my face?
Why, I can't have both? The mark.
You are already knowing that I am from Bridget.
Not first I've heard of it.
This is a mark from Bridget. It is a prayer to the forest spirits. A prayer to be protected. Hunters ask the forest spirits to have safe and bountiful hunting. There are many spirits in Bridget.
Cool. Is there an RNG spirit? Because I could really use a mark of them right about
I
now.
have more marks on my arms and back. They are prayers for my family's health and triumph.
Wicked. I just noticed that she's wearing eyeliner too. Is that also part of it, I guess? Are those additionally marks?
Are you wanting to see them?
I'd love to.
That gives me happiness. If there is ever the chance, you will see them.
Right, but let's be clear, this is for research purposes only.
Much gratitude for you, Professor. You always listen with patience.
Of course. Other people are much more interesting than myself anyway, so listening is much easier than speaking
I can
for me.
read and understand the language of Foglin, but to speak it gives me difficulty. Keep having your support.
You're already ahead of me then. I barely understand our own language.
With my whole heart. I
Thank
have
you.
things that I cannot fail to accomplish.
Let's do our best.
Yes, we will keep walking forward.
All right, good for us. and our friendship. Hey, that was a C support where someone didn't yell at me or assume things. I guess she assumed a little bit, but she allowed me to explain anyway. Very good, so that's all our support's done, all our everything. We're all good basically now for this monastery day. I'm just gonna head around and hit recruit on everyone just in case anyone suddenly feels like now would be the time to join. And you will see if any of them do. I said you will see if any of them do choose to join us. Ooh, there's something here. Hello. Deeply involved in commerce. I guess that'd be Anna, but we don't even have she doesn't have supports, does she? So what is with getting the bond up between the two of you? Oh, I guess motivation is what you can do with that. Unless that isn't hers.
Thanks for finding
It was.
this. I honestly never thought I'd see it again.
That's so weird to have it give it a lot of time to someone and not have it do the little boom of support points, but I guess she can, so that's that. Yeah, you don't get to recruit Shamir yet. That's so weird that Catherine comes first. But I guess Catherine would be gung-ho to join you and help you counteract the plot against Lady Rhea. Felix, now this is the one that I think we might actually have a chance with.
Join me for some training
No, not yet. Very good, I think I've done everyone now. As expected, it was a resounding no more or less across the board, because I haven't increased any of my skills yet, really. Beyond sword. Dorothea was starting to come around because I have high charisma and authority, so she's probably one of the people we're going to get early on. Well, I say high charisma, it's 10. It's not terrible anyway. Brilliant. I'm gonna end today's free time then. Let's just do the teaching now, just so I can while it's fresh in my mind what I want from everyone. And then I did plant stuff in the greenhouse, didn't I? Yes, okay, I did. Group tasks. Okay, Raphael and Hilda. Even Hilda's only at E+. The expected result is growing as their supports do, but I think I probably want them on flying, don't I? Because the avoidance plus the dex +4. I mean, that's kind of piddly, but alert stance is really useful. It'd be nice if everyone got that eventually. I'll put Raphael in, or should I put some other people? Oh, Constance and Happy both like that. Oh, interesting. And I am kind of interested in their supports, and since I'm hoping to have for Happy to be kind of the tank, it would make some sense for her to have some dodge tank as well. That said, Leonie is already an excellent dodge tank. I was thinking since Leonie's got an excellent dodge already, it would be cool if we got her some flying for alert stance, and then also the dancer avoidance with sword. And she'll just be untouchable with a sword. That would be pretty damn cool. I want it to be someone who's going to be building support from it, probably. So Constance and Happy makes sense, because I want some of those supports anyway, and you know what? They're actually both good at it, so let's do that. I'll leave them on there for a bit. And now I shall instruct! You know what? I might even modify some of our goals already. I think we're all going to have enough bow for Assassin. Oh, I should check right after this when we get the chance to check what you need for Assassin. I think it lets you know anyway. Even before we might not even be able to look at them now. We'll have to check. But I'm thinking, I'm going to put you in brawling. Actually, I'm going to put you in riding as well, because you've already got a bit of progress there. I'll just put that as your custom focus. Because you guys are all going to be growing in the sword and bow anyway. Anyone who's just in brawling, I'll put them in brawling and flying. Except for anyone who's very magic oriented, which could be Lawrence as well, but he doesn't really like brawling. I'll do brawling and flying, but for people like Lysithia, who it's like, I'm gonna really want you to have brawling for the gauntlets. I think I'll do that. Sorry, brawling for the aura gauntlets. So that means you should also get some flying. I gotta whether I'm gonna go for riding to get that dex bump and eventual movement plus, but that's like really high tier, or the alert stance thing, which is what I'm really more interested in. I have to start building it very early, especially for someone like Ignatz who has a weakness in flying. Marianne, I think go all brawling, that's good. Hilda, I've got you in axe and brawling. I'm gonna put you brawling and flying as well. Leonie, I've got you all in brawling, go brawl and flying. A lot of people are probably thinking this is unwise because I'm spreading our talents very thin. I'm going sword and bow and brawling and flying and maybe riding as well. Did I put you in riding? Is that a good idea? Because I'm thinking he could probably use the extra dex when it comes to that, but he'll be the only one without the dodge thing now. Does he have a weakness in flying also? He doesn't. You know what? Actually, I'm changing my mind on that one. I'm gonna jump ship and go brawling flying for you two. Sorry for wasting all the time teaching you two riding. I think alert stance is much more important than the Dex +4. Happy you are on. I'm gonna give you all brawling because it is a weakness of yours, and we want those arcane gauntlets, aura gauntlets, very desperately. Everyone else, I'm gonna ditch brawling when they get healing focus. But for our mage people, I'm gonna try and bring them all the way up to A before the end of the game. By the end of the game, I seem to feel like you're teaching a lot of people sort of extraneously. And you get people's motivation up really easily, you know. Speaking of, we have plenty of people motivated at the moment. Who shall we focus on at the moment? I'm thinking probably one of our magic people for brawling purposes. And we're going to be able to do all 4 of them. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, we're going to have to be able to do all of them by the time this month is over, because we're going to do a battle mission and going to have another teaching day. So, the order isn't super consequential. Who struggles with flying, though? I'll give someone who struggles with flying a leg up. Probably Raphael, then. Oh, no, he doesn't struggle. It's Ignatz who's afraid of heights. Or I guess I don't know. That's why he's struggling with it. But he's doing excellently in sword and bow anyway. And brawling, he'll get there. So I'll teach you a whole bunch of flying. It would be much better if I knew how to do any flying whatsoever. Right now, I'm kind of being a little useless.
I just got lucky.
I don't think that's true, Ignatz. I think you're doing an excellent job for something that you apparently have a weakness in.
Trying my best.
No problemo. You got it. You got it. And Scythia, I'm gonna try and get your blooming talent here, so that this turns into a strength of yours, not a weakness. Come on. I can tell you have a struggle with it already. Come on. Yeah. Budding talent. Now you excel in the sword skill, but I'm interested in what the ability is. Soul Blade.
This hidden away.
Excellent. So you get that's a magic combat art for you, right? Swanky. One of those already. So maybe she doesn't get one by leveling up then. Oops, I didn't mean to back out of that. We're gonna want to equip that ASAP. I suppose I could teach Marianne some brawling now. She's gonna be good at flying, right? Because yeah, okay. So she'll get her alert stance easy. We don't really have to do much to help with that. I'm gonna help her along with her brawling, I think, as it stands. Yeah, you'll be able to get to the next level of that very soon, which means it will give you Fading Blow, I suppose. It's between Claude, Lorenz, Raphael, Leonie. Does he only have a weakness in fly? She doesn't have a weakness in anything, does she? No, she's good at things. In which case, I might want to spec you into riding later to get a dex bump for you, just because I can't imagine the amazing crits we'll be able to pull if even just to give you an extra 4 dex. Shall we go Lorenz for now, because he's got the worst brawling of all these people? Yes, let's. And the healing focus is a little more pressing. Oh, right, he also has a weakness to it, so there you go. Because he doesn't like getting his hands dirty, I presume is why. Here you are.
I've come to understand a great deal.
Excellent! Level up for you. Unfortunately means
beginning to understand.
I'm no longer helping you a great deal with this. That's another reason I should really be training up my skills, is that I can help them learn the things that I want them to learn. So I should get my flying and brawling up before long. But let's begin our lecture. We set our goals appropriately, I think. Please. I'm not very good at sharing my opinion. Usually I just go along with what everyone else thinks. I don't want to bother anyone. They'll appreciate your opinion, let yourself be heard. I'm pretty sure that's the one. They'll appreciate your opinion, let yourself be heard.
I see. Thank you.
Don't worry, they've got lots of stuff. You've got so much to offer, Ignatz, and Marianne like that too. Oh, you get so much professional love from the questions. I can't really make great recommendations on goods when I don't understand their inherent value. I'd like to better understand swords so I can better sell them. Focusing on my skill with the blade seems the best way. No, we're assassins around here, Anna. We do sword and bow. Don't think you have any say in the matter. Yes, Claude, you question? Never mind, it's Balthus' birthday. Shut up. No questions. Oh, this will be our first tea party of the whole thing, won't it? I forgot that was an option when it's their birthday. Right, let's do this. What do you think he would like? Some berries, some southern fruit, some mantley, some almond bland. It's always a good opportunity to raise bonds whenever you get a chance to do tea, and you don't have to spend an activity point on it when it's their birthday, so might as well. Maybe you'll like some fruit.
What's the latest, pal? Got any hot tips for making gold fast?
Can't sell the fish. Don't give them to the pagan altar.
Thanks.
There you are. Enjoy the 6 cookies I've laid out.
Pretty good.
5, in fact. I can count. Sorry, I'm a professor.
Really?
Books you read recently. Things you find romantic. Relaxing at the sauna.
Of course.
Figured you'd like that. He might have been into the things you find romantic as well, but I'm not sure. Sauna seemed a little more of a surefire thing. Probably overcoming weaknesses rather than maybe dreamy nights. Yeah, there you go. Because he's all about, he likes building strength and getting into bar fights and stuff. Working together, mountain folk traditions, interesting, or fashion. Somehow I don't think fashion is really his thing. Working together, maybe. I think most people like that one. Mountain folk traditions, I'm so interested. And he lives, Lester Lyne says mountains, working together.
Not a bad way to stay alert. I don't get much sleep, you see.
What, the tea, you mean? And you don't get much sleep because you're running from bounty hunters all the time. Is that what you're saying? That's hilarious. I understand. That makes lots of sense. Tell me your forehead secrets!
A real knockout, aren't I? Go ahead, look your fill. This is the face that drives the ladies wild.
Gotta say, I envy the eyelashes and the eyebrows. I'll give you that. Please, lean back. I know it's your birthday, but this is far too close. We don't even have C-support yet. Happy birthday, though.
That tea was delicious. Hey, think I can drink the next cup in one go?
They're not huge cups. Probably could, yeah. I mean, you'd probably hurt. Hoppy and Balthus enjoyed their time together. Shugga-dugga-dum. Excellent. Ding. There's a hymn. Who will be singing with us? Anna and Lysithia.
Singing with others is a nice change of pace. Usually I do it when I'm alone.
Who knew I'd have an opportunity to show off my singing voice?
Not me. I'm still not entirely clear why you're following us around, to learn about what weapons we like, but, well, anyway. Got some authority experience for all that, and some supports with everyone and all.
The glory of progress.
The glory of progress, indeed. Now I am better at faithing. It's my birthday. Let's have another tea party, why don't we? Mint?
I'm honored that you invited me.
No problem. Would you like some tea? The cup does not look very full, I gotta say.
So soothing.
Mm-hmm. Mint has that effect on many people. Gosh, your eyes are just piercing today, aren't they, Flame? Let's talk about, the ideal professor. Because I know you want to join the academy. That is an aspiration that you possess. The art of napping a new gambit, heart racing memories. Oh, no, she doesn't want to talk about sleep, of course. Heart racing memories, naturally. I was just about to say napping, but no, she definitely doesn't want to talk about that. Things that bother you, working hours regards Fodlan's future. Working hours regards? Ah! It was things that bother you. She was going to talk about her brother. It was a nice tea time, I guess.
Very delicious. Please take care, Professor.
Happy birthday. Fine, you don't enjoy spending time with me. I don't get a charisma bump. Oh, sure I do. Never mind. Right. I always forget. I don't know particularly what the rules are for that happening.
My darkest
I keep forgetting.
fear. Into you, dear Happy.
Oh, I completely forgot this would mean taking Happy Constance out in the day. I'm so sorry.
Yeesh. Try not to worry about that, okay? Let's both focus on getting this done.
Yeesh. Dude, Constance's, like, pink tinted armor for the Pegasus is the dopest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Work in the shade, Coco. We might finish up more quickly that way.
Actually, Happy's is pretty cool with the green
This is
accents.
proof enough that the bond we forged underground has borne fruit.
That's a little dramatic, but you're not wrong. We work well together.
Good to know. Excellent. I know a lot of people ship these two, but I haven't seen their supports, so I'll be the judge of that, whether I ship them when we get to that point. Brawling up for Lysithia. Excellent. Fading blow for you means you've got up to a new rank. More brawling for you.
I will master this.
Excellent. A lot of brawling is going around. And you've got bow. Marvelous.
I learned a thing or two.
Excellent. Stupendous. I digs it. I digs it all the way. So we're definitely going to be doing a battle day today. I might have gotten a few supports there. No, not quite. Let me just make sure everyone's goals are where I want them. Right. What I want to check is... Oh, we do have assassin shown before us. So you need B in sword and C in bow. Well, really. Just to have a 100% chance, but... And obviously that's 20 levels away from us. And then here's the DLC ones. Interesting. They're also locked to level 20. So it's Trickster, War Cleric, Dark Flyer, and Valkyrie. And War Cleric, we learned, gives you unarmed combat and fist fair, making it, to my understanding, the only class for female units in this game that offers fist fair, which I forget if I mentioned before, would be excellent for Bernadetta, because already she's a fiend with brawling, because she gets the Persecution Complex +5 every hit. So if you're faster than someone, you're doing 4 hits to them, each of which gets +5 for +20. But if it was that, plus the 5 from Fist Fair, attack +5 when brawling, then it would be +10 on every hit for a potential +40. Just on any brawling where you're faster, and especially unarmed would make you go really fast, wouldn't it? So, there's that. Not to mention already being a magic class. This theoretical Crimson Flower magic only run I was thinking about, I would definitely want to class Bernadetta into War Cleric for that. Because even if we're only allowed to do damage with magic weapons, that means unarmed combat would not be allowed. But I could get her some Aura Gauntlets, and then she'd be doing, as long as she was below max health, +10 on every hit with the Aura Gauntlets. I guess her magic isn't incredible, but... Anyway, it would be an interesting thing. Nevertheless, we're not classing into any of those for the moment. It's possible that we'll want to class into one of them later just to get permabuff stats out of people, because they're very much... they're basically all divided pretty well between strength and magic, so presumably it'll help bring up the strength in people who have low strength and the magic in people who have low magic, if we were to class them into these. Although I suppose if people have low magic in this run, I mean, so there might be some use in classing people into them anyway. But if they have low magic already, I suppose there's not going to be too much use in bumping that. But war cleric / war monk seems to have some decent strength on it. Oh, interesting. Male units don't get Valkyrie or Dark Flyer. Right, so the only DLC classes they do get are Trickster and War Monk. Look at that. The minimum strength for War Monk is 19, so anyone who doesn't have a strength of 19 by... Or maybe it's not 19, it might be 17, but like it gives you a bit of 2 extra. But it's a likably high amount anyway, so anyone who doesn't have a strength that high at level 20, we could get class into War Monk, and that would be pretty sweet, just to get them that bump. 'Tis a ways off anyway. Clear everyone's inventory again. You have to do so much of this before you get the blacksmith. Right, and Ignatz has got rally speed now because of his authority, I guess, right? What's his authority up at? Oh, he's good at that because he's... Oh wow, I didn't realize he had a gift for that. That's sweet. You get all kinds of useful skills for getting authority up to certain points. And more importantly, they're different for everyone. A lot of people get a rally of some kind, and some people get like the battalion desperation and stuff. It's one of the most diverse skill trees from person to person. I think rally speed is pretty cool. We probably want it even over brawling prowess, I would think. Not that I'll probably remember to use it, but there you go. And you've got Soul Blade on now, which is excellent. Oh, might increases based on units' res. Oh, damn. Well, your res isn't very good. It probably has a decent growth, though. In that case, maybe you do also get, like, Hexblade or something later on. In which case, we'll just want to equip whichever one you have more of, which will probably be the magic one. Oh, interesting. Might increases based on units' res. That's very weird. Then I guess you must not get, like, Hexblade or something like that, because if you did, then Soulblade would be pretty less desirable for you, as your res isn't quite as good. Or is it that you get more accuracy from this than you do from Hexblade? Anyway, we'll see, I guess. It's helpful for now. Oh, but your strength is better than your res, even. But it's a magic attack. Anyway, it's good. We'll bear that in mind. And though I definitely should have given you and Marianne ones that increase your strength before, now you're reaching a point where you're growing fast enough and I'm not really concerned and you have combat arts. But I should definitely have given them physical attack ones when that was still majorly a difficulty of ours. And as people are going in, then we'll be able to equip some higher level ones anyway, like this magic one here. But not many of us have D in authority just yet. Myself, Claude, Ignatz... Oh, Lysithia is good at it. Right, okay. So actually she could equip those mages right now and we could give the stride to someone else. Again, it lowers your physical defense attack even a bit more, but I think the magic attack is maybe worth it. I think that's fine. Who are we going to give stride to then? Because we don't want to lose that. Maybe we give that to Lawrence because he displays some aptitude with magic stuff. And it only lowers your physical attack by the 1. It gives you a bunch of res. Maybe Marianne should take this one actually because, oh, but then her as a healer kind of makes some sense too. Oh no, yeah, this one has better res. Sure, you can grab these ones, Lawrence. We're not going to be using your gambit for attacks much anyway because of your low charisma, so I think that makes enough sense to give you stride. Good then, some prep is out of the way, so we'll be able to rocket right into the battle next time. Because I think I will probably take both of them to do battles. And that means we should be able to get everyone up to Myrmidon before this next story mission, which would be awesome. Can't wait, but that's all for now, so thank you so very much for coming around to this episode. Next video coming on the channel is going to be some more Dual Destinies! Take that! But that's all for now. We got through that lengthy monastery day after 2 episodes. That's not really that bad. We had lots of supports out of it as well. But we're definitely going to want to class up for this one because this mission is quite difficult by my recollection. A plot to kill the Archbishop during the Goddess's Rite of Wraithbirth has come to light. Patrol vulnerable areas of the monastery. Very good. Thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I will see you around. Admiral's going to be out of here now. Peace. Oh, it's another safe here. Well, apparently the one that was important was in the meeting room, right? So which one was that? So that was the one we found the first time, was the real safe then, is that it? Unless it's random each time and we have to find the agent and it'll tell us. Hi there, hi. I guess I'm not allowed near this. Okay. Calm down, man. None of this is